What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. We're just down here at the workshop. Just been up to Auckland to see Hayden at Drift Direct. He had a Z32 gearbox for me, so just been and picked that up. So let's have a look at that. Alright, so here's the Z32 box here, sitting next to my old SR20 box. So you can see visually...
I want food.
You want food? Do you ever stop eating?
No.
You're just a hungry hippo, aren't you? So you can see this one here is a bit more girth to it. So we've just measured the output shafts. The SR20 box is 24.5mm on the OD of the splines, and the Z32 is about 32. Fancy that. What do you think of the new gearbox, Blake?
Just take it in the rubbish.
Chuck it in the rubbish?
Yes.
The old one or the new one?
The old one.
No, they're worth good money now, I think.
No, I mean the old one.
Yeah, we'll repair the old one and sell it.
Who to?
Oh, whoever wants to buy a new or another SR20 5-speed box. Because it's got a brand new gear set in it. Got a GK Tech shifter.
Dad, please do you have any food for me?
I don't have any food for you, babe.
You should do it.
No.
Muesli bar.
Muesli bar?
Yeah.
That's all you eat when you come to Dad's workshop. But more importantly, today, Miss Blake has been telling Dad what to do. What do we have to make today, Blake?
A puppy cage for my pretend puppy, and I was so worried about her last night, and she bited me and she pooed in my bed.
Can you show us your puppy? So we've just had to make the cage for the puppy. It's been our job for this afternoon, eh, Blake?
Yeah, but she's not very mysterious, but she is really strange.
Can you show everyone your welding helmet and how you wear it? Can you pop it on for us?
It's really strange when I put it on.
So you've taken Dad's good speed glass, and what's he resorted to? This old girl. Right, we've got the puppy cage done. What do we need to do now on it, Blake?
Just put a love heart on
We're going to make a little stainless steel love heart now to put on the side of the cage.
Yeah, and I wasn't quite sure to put a love heart on. Well then, a love heart and a butterfly.
A butterfly as well now.
Yep.
We'll go get your puppy, see if he likes it. She likes it. Alright, so we've got the Z32 box on our nice new transmission jack, and I would highly recommend anyone who's going to be pulling out transmissions a lot to get one of these. These are the tits. So we're going to take this over to the hoist and position it underneath the car, and I've got the shifter here. I'm just getting all the nuts and bolts ready for that, and we'll take our adapter plate over, pull those nuts and bolts, and yeah, we'll see if she fits. we'll probably end up doing is cutting this here off. So we should gain an extra 2mm for our adapter plate. Should give us the right distance for our release bearing. Alright, so it looks as though we've got to take the speed sensor off to clear this. But that's alright, because we don't have a speedo at the moment. But possibly when it's in position again we could put that back in. But right now I need to take it off to get some clearance. Come right here, Andy. Let's see what I'm doing. Take this here off. Looks like someone's had some vice grips on them before, huh? That's the speedo, Andy.
Oh man. Zoom, 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 zoom. That's epic. Okay.
So I might be able to put it back in once it's in the car, but it's just hitting on this.
Ah.
But we don't need a speedo anyway, so. Easy.
Well, Dave didn't break anything.
Because look how it goes way in.
What's covering that bit now? Nothing.
This.
It's not the inside of it.
That feels better anyway.
Yeah, but look at the back of your thing's just going to be flapping about in there, isn't it?
Well, it's studded on the thumbs now.
Oh, yeah, it's fine.
Oh, hang on, I'm going to have to drill my star motor out.
Yeah.
See?
I've still got to get up there to get the fucking bolts, haven't I? Should we give that a go? Okay.
We could take it off and just put a flat plate across it.
Yeah,
And save a whole heap of,
yeah.
because that whole area
It's
there.
probably just that that's causing it.
It will be, yeah.
You should take it off and have a look.
Oh, what's in here, Joshua? Some more toys.
So you want the big boy, eh?
I reckon the big boy.
Alright. Body clip.
Do some sweet skids in the wet. That thing hauls.
I'm not even doing any steering input, eh? That's doing this.
How close do you reckon you can get to me without hitting me?
I don't know. You got steel caps on?
Yeah, just don't take my shin out.
Yeah, I'll come around and catch up.
It's got all adjustable arms and shit.
Yeah.
Is that big?
Yeah. Oh, look at that one. The adjuster's not even locked out.
Same thing.
You know what I mean?
What's in here? Fuck, we've got all the spare goodies.
Yep. Goodies and upgrades that I can't be fucked with on.
Fuck, he's even got toolboxes for it. Sheesh. Sheesh. Oh, where's the stereo?
In my other car.
Oh, yeah. So this is just the Sunday driver, is it?
This is hasn't been out of the garage for over a month. So.
Yes, sir. Goes hard though.
Yeah.
Alright, so just put the low control arms back in. Had to replace the spherical bushes. Some of them have been a bit flogged out from the steering rack coming loose, I'm pretty sure. So, got all them back in. I've just taken the clutch off as well because it looks like I'm going to have to grind these dowel pins down. So one at the top, one there, because those dowel pins do not line up with anything on this box, so we'll get rid of them so we don't have any interference with that. Got the starter bolted up. Because this is studded now, it's an absolute mission to get to that nut behind there. So don't know what I'm going to do about that. It looks like the starter's going to line up with the flywheel pretty good, hopefully. Don't know how I'd check that. Probably start it up now, or might just be able to pull this out, see if it goes in this blind. So we'll grind these off, and yeah. So the dowel pins are all ground out. Let's have a look at them. 1, 2, it's neat. So I've also welded on some studs, or 2 bolts onto the shifter assembly, because you can't get to the top of these bolts when the gearbox is in the car, unless I cut a shitload out of the transmission tunnel, but studs are pretty good because you can get to the nuts underneath. So we'll have a look at that in a minute when the gearbox goes back in. And we also need to cut a little bit more out of this. So this slot here was originally cut out to make the SR20 box a lot easier to get in and out. So we'll just notch it out a little bit more because the shifter sits over that side a bit more. And yeah, be ready to drop the gearbox back in. gearbox is all bolted in. You can see the last bolt down there maybe, yep. Got that all tightened up. It was easy to get it from the top here. And the rest were pretty easy from underneath. So it's got four bolts holding the gearbox in. Yeah, now we'll just fit up the drive shaft, put the shifter in the car there, and then I've got my new rotors and brake pads to fit on the rear here, and we'll be good to rip. It's been a while. It's been a while. And just noticed when to go put the new front tyres on. Those ones there are actually a 9.5 offset, and these are 8.5. So I'll swap the new tyres onto these old rims, and we'll be good to go again. Get a wheel alignment Friday, and hit the track at Drift Antics on Sunday. Woo-hoo-hoo. Let's go. Alright, so just putting the shifter assembly on now. You can see it's quite hard to get to the tops of these, so they're being welded on the top, and then we can just easily access the nuts down the bottom here. Had to cut a bit more out of this for this here to go up there, so we'll get some anti-seize grease on these, put the nylock nuts on, and then bolt this puppy here on. So this doesn't have the stock bushes in it, it's got a solid bush welded in there. Wow, it's hardly a bush, it's basically just a steel bit of pipe. Don't do that too tight or else we won't be able to shift nicely. But be nice and firm so it's a nice pow pow. Pow pow pow. Then we just put the slave cylinder on, little rubber booty, and we'll drop it down and try out that shifter, and then we just need to fill her up with gear oil and jump onto the rear brake rotors and brake pads, which should be an easy peasy job. So we're all done under here. Nice. So seeing we've got solid engine mounts, decided to make a solid transmission mount to replace this one. And we got it bolted on there. Alright, so the gearbox is in. It drives. It sounds a little bit whiny, but it's alright. No biggie. I'm just going to send it. Just doing the finishing touches. Had to replace one of these little bonnet latch things because they're just cheap Chinese things, and one of the little ball bearings had fallen out and it wasn't catching properly. So lucky I bought 4 of them, not just the 2. The battery that was in here was absolutely shagged from sitting with no charger on it. So I've got my good Optima battery out of my little Suzuki 4-wheel drive. This battery was bought in 2007. It's been looked after and it's still going, which is a crazy long time to think how long ago it was bought. It's outlasted every single other battery I've had, well and truly, and it goes real good. Just had to make a little aluminium bracket for it as it wasn't sitting in the box. It's quite a bit heavier than the other battery. Didn't really want it on that side of the car, but I don't have time to change all the wiring and stuff. Save that for a rainy day. And what else have we done? We'll give it a coolant flush. I've just put a few little blobs of silicone under where things were rattling. It's a bit rough and hoary, but it's all good. And we're just making up a plate for around the shifter. So I've actually just cold sawed that out, and we'll see how it fits, eh? Where's it gone? Here it is. Just a bit of checker plate. Okay, kicking around from a job. Whoa. Get that on there. So obviously I need to trim out around the shifter, around the handbrake, but that's going to sit over the top. Hopefully it all fits. Alright, let's trim that out. Alright, so she's fitting pretty close. Just going to take a little bit more out of here. And just need to slop the front a little bit. And probably take off sharp edges, put some foam underneath, stop a bit of the noise. Alright, let's see how that fits. Pretty good. I think that will do it. We'll put a bit of foam tape under there to stop any rattles. And it should be rough enough.